Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave, and today I want to talk about my M1 finance accounts. I've got two, and I like to review these about once a quarter with everybody to show what I'm doing because I'm a firm believer that this is a great investment platform and everyone should have an M1 account. There, I've sold you on it, I'm sure. Now, I've actually got two accounts. One, I started a couple years ago, and I invest randomly into it. I buy a couple stocks, ETFs, and I watch it grow, and I don't mess around with it. No messing around. I just watch it grow, and it's been doing great, even in these up and down cycles. So that's one. My second one I started early January, probably the worst time you could have in the last couple of years, but it's more of a proof of concept or a case study in dollar cost averaging, just to show people that they can have faith in the stock market. So I started with $1,000 investment in January. I've been doing $100 every Thursday, every week, and we'll take a peek at this once a quarter and see how it's doing because March came back, so let's see if I'm up or down after the first quarter of 2022. So if that is what you're looking for, please stick around. Whoop. By the way, I think M1 Finance is great for all types of people, but especially for the following three groups. One, Mr. 10X. Do you run into this guy? I do all the time. It's usually at the water cooler and he's talking really fast and he's saying, "Oh, I'm buying Palantir call options. They expire in 3 days. As long as they go up 40%, I'm making bank, baby, and I'm buying that new Ferrari." That guy? I think I can help him. I think if I can get him to take half that money and not gamble it all away and put it into something like M1 Finance, he can save for his future, and I think that'll be great. Now, the second person is Mr. Jack Johnson, the musician, right? So he wants his guitar, he wants his beach, he wants his Pabst Blue Ribbon by his side, and he's happy, right? He doesn't want to leave the surf. So for that guy, M1 Finance is perfect because we can get him to sign up in about 10 minutes and then auto invest into a 3, 4, 5 fund portfolio. And he'll do quite well over the long term because we can pull him off every, once a year and we can pull him away and show him and he'll be like, thumbs up, and he'll go back to his Pabst Blue Ribbon and be quite happy. And the third one is Mr. Dividend Slut. Do you know any of these people? Because I can be a little slutty. I know that. I've got my um, Pfizer and my Procter and Gamble and my Coca-Cola stocks, and they all pay those nice dividends. And I even have some QYLD that we talked about here at one point. So I can be a little slutty, but some of you guys, you got me a little worried with some of your questions. So I think it's great for you as well because with M1 Finance, you can still buy those. You can have those in there and you can have it like a really small piece of pie. But the great thing then is when they do pay out those nice big dividends, let's say, for example, you have Apple in there as well and it's got a bigger piece of pie, but Apple's been getting beat up recently, right? Then it's going to take that dividend from QYLD and it's going to invest it into Apple. So we're going to buy low and we're going to keep it as it goes back up. It's perfect. So here's a quick look at my first M1 account that I opened back in January 6th of 2020. And you can see that over that time, it's done pretty well. Almost a 43% return. $26,000 gain, 21,000 market gain, 4,700 from earned dividends. So it's performed quite well. And for me, this is an account that I kind of set up myself to explore M1 and see if it was a good fit for me. And I'm happy with the way it's turned out because I kind of took a little bit of a contrarian view to my other accounts, right? I wanted to invest in here a little bit differently than what I do in Fidelity and E-Trade and with my options accounts. So I was just kind of putting them into some different investments, right? And I think, and what I've learned from M1 is that it teaches great investment fundamentals, and that's probably what I love the most about it. I also like that it sends me notifications on my phone whenever I receive a dividend because I think that promotes, again, just the excitement of investing in general. So overall, almost a 43% return, which I'm quite pleased with since January 6th of 2020. And, 21,000 market gain, 4,700 in dividends over that period of time. And you can kind of see here, the chart looks great. I wish it could always look like this. And that's not really why I like M1 again. It's not because I've received this return. It's because I like the way it teaches fundamentals. Now, if we go back to 1 year, you're going to see about a 16% return again. I'm pleased with that. And you can kind of see my pie shape filled out here. And I will point out this one here, these monthly payers. I did a review of those at one point. And these are some of those high dividend yielding stocks that I talk about. So I make it a very small percentage of my account. But you can see I put $9,600 into it. But that kind of guarantees that when I do get the dividends paid out for it, from it, it goes into some of these other pieces of pie. So that's the way I do it. I never rebalance. I just buy and hold within this account. And I've got it broken down into, ETFs make up the most of what I've got. And these are the typical ones that I like to talk about on this channel. The VOO, the VUG, the VTIs. These are those nature right here, and that's makes up about a third of my portfolio, and I still have some of it to fill out. I've got dividend miscellaneous staples, financial real estate. There's that monthly pairs portion that I talked about. So, just as an example, what I would consider staples, and you can set this up however you want within M1. But this is just the way that I went. So when I was thinking about staples, I was thinking of stocks like Costco, Bristol Myers, CVS, Johnson and Johnson, and so forth. And they all pay nice dividends, and I get to receive those. And again, every time that happens, my phone rings, and I can kind of get excited about it. So that's one. Another one would be, financials. You can kind of see I've got Royal Bank of Canada is a big holding for me in this account only. American Express, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. Got lots of banks in there. I'm really high on banks. Interest rates are rising, but yet in 2022 so far they've been getting hammered, but haven't performed well yet. But I'm still holding out hope for 2022. So if I go to my holdings overall, you can see my largest holding is Crown Castle International. So I don't own this in my other core accounts, but I've got it here. Same with Welltower, same with Royal Bank of Canada. So that's why one of the, I guess, like I said, I use the word contrarian, but, I just kind of went against the grain of what I would normally invest in and bought into some different holdings here. So overall in this account, I have 65 different positions. And you can see the fifth one down here is JEPI. So if you're looking for a monthly paying dividend stock, this is one that I actually like. Probably I prefer this over QYLD. It's from JP Morgan. And it doesn't have the yield of QYLD, but it does have more upside potential for growth. So one you might look into if you are feeling a little slutty with the dividends these days. As we scroll down through here, though, I'm a firm believer in M1 Finance, so I promote it on this channel. There is a link down below that you can use to sign up for an account and explore M1. So when you sign up for an account, you put in $100, they give you $50. So if that's all you want to do and you want to get in there and do that, you at least get 50 free dollars. I wouldn't promote anything on this channel that I don't believe in, and this is the only thing that I think I have promoted. So it's worked out really well for me, and I will continue to use it. I guess that's the best promotion I can give it. But you'll see all kinds of different things within this account as we scroll down through here. A lot of ETFs dominate the scene, and individual stocks that I do like, maybe the products, or I've maybe explored it a little bit and I decided to add a little bit. But as we go down through here, some of these are just, $2,000, $3,000 each. It's not huge positions, but very diverse. And if we scroll down more and more, you're going to see Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft. Again, these are ones that I've had big positions with in my other accounts. And then as we get all the way to the bottom here, you're going to see $15 worth of block. Now, I don't own any other Square or block in this case, but I do have PayPal, Visa, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley. So I've got some small positions in these that I kind of threw in there and have added over time. So any questions on any of this, please ask down below and I'll give you my reason why I've got in this account. And it might just be that I don't want to eliminate it, so I'm keeping it there. And this is my second experimental portfolio. This is my case study, my proof of concept. And it's called Simple Millions, which sounds really hopeful at this point because the current value is only $2,251. So overall, it's down 3%. And it's lost by $55, but I made a little bit back and earned dividends. So you can see the value over time, not too exciting. And it's kind of based on the Bogleheads 3-fund portfolio. So I'll probably expand on this over time. Maybe I'll pick out some sector ETFs and broaden my horizons a little bit. But for now, all we have in there is a setup where this 65%, 20%, and 15%. 65 is VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. You can't get any simpler than VTI. Then VXUS, which is the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. So investing outside of the US. And then we got a bond, Vanguard Total Bond Market ETF. Can't get any less exciting than BND. And I've made that only 15%. And I'm not a big fan of bonds right now. But I think over time, consistency, I think we could get a nice little return out of this. So I'm looking to, over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, no matter what happens. If it's a subtle dip and then we come back, or if it's a, something where we actually fall into recession and it takes a year, 2 years, or 3 years, I'm okay because I'm going to continue to invest and I'm going to buy low. I'm going to hold those, right? So I'm going to dollar cost average over time, and this is going to start adding up inside Simple Millions. So I'm hopeful for this account going forward, and I really want to illustrate to people that they can be like Jack Johnson sitting on the beach and keep it quite simple and do really well. Do really well. But if we look at activity in here, and we can say activity type deposits and withdrawals only, you'll see that I started back on January 10th, right, putting $1,000 in, and then every week, every Thursday, $100 goes in, and it automatically buys into those three funds. And the best thing that can happen right now within Simple Millions is for VTI, VXUS, and BND to crash so I can buy more. And then it's going to come back over time, right? So you got to have that long-term belief up and to the right. So that's the idea behind Simple Millions, and this account is to illustrate to everyone that, yes, you can use M1 Finance or something like this, dollar cost average, put a little bit in there, go back to your beach and your Pabst Blue Ribbon. So if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing these reviews about once a quarter, and I have lots of other content on this channel. Now, as I mentioned previously, if you sign up for an M1 account down below, put $100 in, they give you $50 free. That's a great way to get started if you're new into investing, or if you just want to test it out. I only promote M1 on this channel because I believe that it's a great platform, and I do put my own real money there. I think it's the only thing that I do promote on this channel. And I will never promote anything that I don't believe in. I'm sure everybody says that, but I'm serious. So if you have any questions on any of this, please ask down below. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Take care.